An entire police force resigns in the city manager's face. But nah, nah, nah. Trust me, it's not about race. Let's talk on the mic. Hello, hello. This is your guy, Mr. Educator, Mr. Communicator, Mr. Free Thinker, coming back at you live once again from the Lone Star State with another edition of the Media Mike Speaks. All right, good people, it is 7 minutes past the hour, and yes, we are the voice of the everyday citizen. And yes, I know I've been going a while, but good people, it is the summertime. So, can I get a break? Can I get a break, good people? But I am back. Also, check out my other channel, the New Justice Media. So I will be going live on that channel a lot. So anyway, let's get to this story. Several of my subscribers have sent me this story, and I'm going to talk about it. And the buzz is it's about race, and I'm going to tell you it's not. So we're going to get to that. No, it's not. It's about something else. What the media is holding back on, but you're going to have to find this out for yourself, but I'm going to bring it to you. Okay, so let's get to the story here. Less than a week after the entire police department in Kinley, North Carolina announced their resignation, citing a toxic and hostile work environment. Elected officials from the town of about 2,000 residents have gone silent on a plan for law enforcement moving forward. I mean, I haven't seen a town like this since my days in East Texas. I mean, I haven't seen the police force this small since I worked in Hawkins, and that was about what, a three-man force. Oh, wow. Okay, you talking about the modern day Mayberry. All right, the July mass resignation of the department's police chief for four full-time officers and two town clerks are all white came less than 2 months after the town hired a new town manager who is black. Now you see how they are selling this, good people. Yeah, the officers were, and the clerk were white, and the new city manager is black. Okay, but we're gonna we're gonna get to this, leaving many critics to question whether race was at the core of the department's sudden collapse. Okay, now Justine Jones, who has worked for 16 years in local governments in Minnesota. She's been around Virginia, South Carolina, and North Carolina, was selected to be town manager after a nationwide search of 30 candidates, according to a town press release. She began the job on June 2nd. Now, the little town of Kinley is 36% African American, 20% Hispanic, and 36% non-Hispanic white. Now, the former police chief Josh Gibson, in a resignation letter directed toward Jones, said he had been pleased with the progress his department had made in the past 3 years, but the hostile work environment that Jones produced made it impossible for progress to continue. Keep that in mind, good people. He said the past 3 years. We'll get to that. Gibson, a 21-year police veteran, has not expanded on the alleged details. I know he hasn't, citing legal concern. But added that he would consider returning to work if Jones were fired. I bet he would. He reiterated these sentiments on his personal social media page. I have put in my 2 weeks notice along with the whole police department, Gibson wrote on Facebook. Why do these public officials be on Facebook? Come on, man. You too old for this. I don't know how old you are, but you're too old for this. You got to air it out to everybody. He says the new manager has created an environment I do not feel we can perform our duties and services to the community, unquote. Now, maybe, no, it's his own personal Facebook page. Okay, what do you want, a pity party? Really? In the other resignation letters obtained by WRAL, the two town clerks and other officers cited toxic, hostile, and stressful work conditions. You know, the Pied Piper. He leaves, they leave too. Okay. None of the department employees expanded on the alleged working conditions. Now, in Jones' new position, a town manager's role. Now, as you did not know, good people, the town manager is the one who hires the police chief. That's how it works. Now, her responsibilities, Jones, are wide-ranging, including overseeing the day-to-day operations of the local government. A town manager often manages internal affairs, and we get into it, and plans the city budget, which includes the policing budget for approval by city council. A town manager and mayor have similar duties, but a mayor is elected, whereas a town manager is appointed, of course. Gibson cited staffing shortages as one challenge that ultimately led to his resignation. The police department should have 8 full-time officers, but have been operated with only 5 for the past few months. There are also 3 part-time officers. Okay, so that's 8. If it's 5 full-time, let me go back and look at this. Okay, okay, never mind. Okay, but critics believe the issues go beyond personal challenges. They want to be led by anybody black. No, they don't want to be led by anybody black. That's Kinley's. That's Kinley. Cynthia Kirby, a longtime Kinley resident who is black, told the News and Observer late last week. They're always harassing black people. It's racial, unquote. Now, this is what Miss Cynthia Kirby stated. Yeah, but I don't think this is about race, you see? You see, the question is, what happened to the last city manager? Things that make you go, Well, let me tell you, good people, it was this guy. Right here. Michael Andre Douglas. And yes, he's black or African American. So, where's the racism? See, this is the part that the news is not showing you. But it's there, though. Now, let me give you the backstory. Mr. Douglas was city manager back in, 2019, 2020, somewhere around that time period. Was charged with sexual battery. And he resigned his position. Now, the Kinley Police Department failed to actually investigate or do anything about it, going so far as to not even file a report and even told the victim to get over it or something of that effect. So, you see, I believe Ms. Jones came in to not only clean up, but to investigate this so-called cover-up. And that's why the little 2 or 3 officer force, 5, whatever they are, decided to resign. Amongst other things, I might imagine. So you see, good people, always dig a little deeper. You'll find the reason, or somewhat of it. Now, supporters of the police department say the town should side with the people who have been there the longest. We have a great police department. Jones is not for our police department, Kinley resident Crystal McGowan said outside Friday's meeting. Kinley Town Attorney Chip Hewitt told New Stars WNCN, a local television station, that the current situation is unlike anything he has ever witnessed in more than 2.5 decades of representing cities. I've seen resignations from politicians and the mayors and the city and the council members. I've seen employees resign, said Hewitt. I've never seen a resignation where it's an entire department. Well, that does happen, sir. Mayor Hale said another emergency meeting will take place this week, either Wednesday or Thursday, and this one will be open to the public. To ease public concern, the Johnson County Sheriff's Office has already said it will respond to calls in Kinley as needed. I will assign deputies to patrol the streets to ensure public safety if and when needed, quoted by Mr. Sheriff Steve Bizzle. Now, just in case you did not know, good people, the town manager does not control the sheriff's office because he's an elected official, and they patrol the rural area, not the city. So that's what's going to solve that problem. But I hope it does work out for this young lady. And no, it's not about race. I don't believe it's about the situation that occurred. So you let me know what you think about this, and I'm going to move on to my other stories. I have a backlog of stories I have to catch up on. So until next time, this is your guy, Mr. Educator, Mr. Communicator, Mr. Free Thinker. Subscribe, share, and like to keep me rocking on the mic.
Soon it won't be long. Keep on, keep running.